Offers their 69th anniversary sale.
Welcome back. It's time to talk parent to parent. How far is too far when it comes to disciplining your children? Joining me now is President and CEO of Amigos for Kids, Rosa Plasencia. This is something that a lot of people have been talking about for years, but more recently because of Adrian Peterson from the Vikings, of course, from the National Football League. He was called on the carpet, and there was a national debate of, should we get other people get involved in how you choose to discipline your children, and where's the line, Rosa Maria?
Well, I think he drew the line, because if you saw those pictures of his child who's 4 years old, whatever method you use and whatever you want to call it, be it culturally correct or not, which it was not, that is the line. You cannot beat a child to a point where there are marks on his body for several days, and when you see those pictures, it was very clearly not discipline but child abuse.
You mentioned, you just said the word cultural. That was something that was talked about a lot on national media. For parents now who have kids who are kind of saying, okay, well, this is how I grew up, no matter what culture you're in, how can they get that help to kind of rewire their brain to say, okay, this isn't okay. Throwing a chancleta, using a switch is not okay.
Well, what ends up happening is, as is the cycle of abuse or domestic violence, the month we're trying to create awareness of, it becomes a cycle where if that is all you know, that is what you're going to continue doing. So we have got to take a step back, especially as a Hispanic community, especially as a Cuban American. I take great pride in that. Sure. No, we do not advocate this type of abuse, and parents can get help. There's parenting classes. We offer parenting classes.
Tell me about that.
But they're called crianza con cariño. That bond that is created between a child and a parent very early on, and the communication that needs to take place throughout their entire life is what's key, because if your immediate reaction is to hit and spank, what are you promoting? The exact same type of behavior. And we have to, as a society, as an ethnic group, grow beyond that, because if we know that statistics are now telling us that it is not in the best interest and it is not as effective as simply making the child understand, how can we continue to say and hide between that it's an ethnic, it's a cultural thing? It can't be. Our theme is there's no excuse for child abuse, and there is absolutely no excuse for a child to be beaten the way he was, or for us to resort first to that. You have got to be able to communicate with children and make them understand that the behavior, our behavior, has a consequence, and if they understand the consequence, it's a job. You have a 1-year-old, you know that it's not easy.
It's not easy, but you do have to have the conversation. I know Amigos for Kids has a lot of resources to maybe help you. There is no manual when it comes to being a parent, but there are experts and there are resources. So if you want to learn more, there are parenting sessions that are available for Amigos for Kids, open now. So if you want that information, you can log on right now to amigosforkids.org or dial the number 305-279-1155. There truly is no excuse for child abuse. Rosa Plasencia, thank you so much for being here. Right now, it's time to get in the mix with local events happening around